In Latvia, there are a lot of traditions and interesting culture. We even have a website for it called kultūraskanons.lv, where anyone can find lots of information about Latvia and our culture. There are so many things that we could go on and on, but in this video we will show you some of our favorites.
One of the most followed traditions is Jāņi, or Midsummers. Every year on June 23rd and 24th, people gather and celebrate the longest day of the year by drinking lots of beer, eating cheese, and other stuff.
One of the tradition of this holiday is that people make flower wreaths for themselves, and for people called Jānis, someone makes a special oak wreath. What's interesting is that this day is also called Herb Day, because everything is blooming.
Singing is very important these days. Latvians in itself sing a lot, but in this holiday we sing even more. This is especially pronounced in līgotne, which are folk songs with traditional chorus līgo līgo.
Visu gadu dziesmas krāju līgo, līgo, Jāņu dienu gaidītama līgo. Līgo, līgo, Jāņu dienu gaidītama līgo.
The Latvian song and dance celebration is one of the most impressive Latvian traditions. Choirs, dance groups, folklore groups, and orchestra musicians from across the country, as well as from abroad, come together in one of the largest choral and dance events in the world.
Celebration is included in the UNESCO list of Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. Participants who make it through the selection process come together to celebrate and highlight Latvian choral and dance traditions.
The previous celebration in 2018 hosted about 43,000 participants. The history of the celebration dates back to the 19th century, with the first Latvian singing celebration held in 1873. Ever since then, organizers, composers, and conductors have been adding to the repertoire of the celebration that culminates in a grand finale concert in the Mežpark's open-air stage.
And here is a video of us dancing a Latvian dance called cūkas driķos, or pigs in buckwheat.
Folk costumes in Latvia have played and still play an important symbolic role in the preservation of our country, and in the cultural heritage, and in the creation of a common social awareness among people.
Latvian costumes are a testimony to Latvian handicrafts and crafts. A full Latvian folk dress is a work of art because of the handiwork involved in creating it. The skills required to weave, embroider, and sew. All the separate pieces that make up a folk costume are unique and complex, requiring great patience and skill to create the intricate design. The designs are varied, as the folk costumes, each from a different region of the country, are quite different.
Nowadays, the traditional fall costume are worn for festive occasions, both personal and national. The garments not only display a social status but also origins and traditions of particular region of Latvia.
An interesting fact, Suito women have a wool wrap, which is a white and usually a reddish-brown color, and it is called govskundis or cow belly.
The Art Nouveau style first appeared at the end of the 19th century. Surprising in its diversity, from lavishly ornamented facades to rather inconspicuous fronts, Art Nouveau saw functionality as its core element, an aim to strive for, which can be seen in the interior decorations and the use of innovative materials.
Riga was one of those European capital cities where the newly born style got to expand and flourish, with enough glamour and popularity to be noticed by other Latvian cities and even countrysides.
The Old Town of Riga is included in the UNESCO World Heritage List, owing this to its medieval-style buildings, its 19th century wooden buildings, and its Art Nouveau architecture, which has no competition in terms of area covered by these buildings and their quality.
Here are some places to see this Latvian staple. The first Art Nouveau building in Riga is this one in Audēju Street. It was finished in 1899. The next building, which is located on Elizabeth Street, boasts one of the most lavish and impressive facades of this style. On Smilša Street, one can see this house with elaborate representations of women, fruits, other greenery, and masks. On Alberta Street, one can see efforts to create a Latvian national architecture style, created by Ežāns Laube. In the facade, several quintessentially Latvian natural materials are used, such as wood and tuff. To further the Latvian style, several ethnographic ornaments are depicted there. The building of the Riga Latvian Society on Mērķeļa Street has a beautiful facade with drawings of fabled characters by Jānis Rozentāls.